A tiger shark approaches a drifting object where a green turtle has recently been feeding. Its blunt snout passes through suspended sand, and the shark turns toward an unfamiliar scent. The animal is famous for stomach contents, ranging far beyond the prey expected from one predator. That reputation has encouraged myths of indiscriminate appetite. But the real feeding strategy is more precise. If you watch the shark circle, investigation begins before any bite is taken. It samples chemical traces, examines movement, and changes angle as the current carries information past its head. Tiger sharks consume remarkably diverse foods, yet they do not literally eat everything they encounter. Their broad diet emerges from opportunity, sensory assessment, powerful anatomy, and habitats rich in changing resources. The mystery is why such flexibility pays despite risks from dangerous, indigestible, or nutritionally poor objects. Every feeding decision balances possible energy against injury, handling time, and wasted effort. A bite can provide information, especially when vision or scent cannot fully identify an object. That exploratory behavior helps explain unusual stomach records without turning debris into preferred food. The shark closes distance, revealing dark vertical bars that fade as many individuals mature. Its jaws remain shut while the object rotates, exposing the outline of potential prey. The investigation follows this repeated engine: cue, approach, test, consume, and ecological consequence. Tiger shark, Galiocerdo cuvier, occupies tropical and warm temperate waters around the world. It uses coastal shelves, reefs, lagoons, oceanic islands, and deeper offshore habitat. Individuals can travel widely while also returning seasonally to productive areas. Such mobility exposes them to prey communities that change across place, depth, and season. Documented foods include fishes, sea turtles, seabirds, rays, cephalopods, crustaceans, and marine mammals. Scavenged carrion can add large meals without the energetic cost of killing healthy prey. Hard shells, feathers, bone, and tough skin demand robust teeth and forceful jaw mechanics. Tiger shark teeth have deeply notched edges suited to cutting through resistant tissue. Their broad, strong jaws can remove manageable pieces from prey too large to swallow whole. This anatomy expands available food but does not eliminate the need to choose safely. Sensory systems detect odors, low-frequency vibrations, visual contrast, and weak electric fields near living animals. No single sense provides complete identification under turbid water, darkness, or surface glare. Combining cues allows the shark to update its decision during an approach. At a turtle resting near the bottom, scent and silhouette draw the shark closer. The turtle turns its shell toward danger, reducing access to softer tissue. The shark circles, waits for an exposed angle, then strikes with a lateral head movement. Cue leads to repositioning, anatomical cutting ability, and a meal unavailable to many predators. Not every attempt succeeds, and escaped prey imposes costs that stomach analysis never records. Researchers learn diet from stomach contents, tissue chemistry, and direct field observations of feeding behavior. Stomach samples show recent meals but overrepresent hard parts that resist digestion. Soft prey may vanish quickly, while plastic and metal can remain conspicuous long after ingestion. Tissue chemistry integrates feeding over longer periods, but usually identifies broad sources rather than exact events. Direct observation reveals behavior, although surface and shallow encounters are easier to witness than deep feeding. Together, these records establish genuine dietary breadth while exposing strong sampling biases. One explanation for breadth is opportunism within a variable environment. When seasonal prey becomes abundant, tiger sharks can concentrate where capture is most profitable. You might see individuals arriving near seabird colonies, turtle nesting areas, or pulses of carrion. Their presence does not mean every shark attacks every available animal. Body size, experience, sex, hunger, competition, and local conditions can alter behavior. Juveniles often consume smaller prey before larger bodies and stronger jaws broaden their options. Learning may refine recognition and handling, though individual histories are difficult to reconstruct. Another explanation is risk spreading across resources that fluctuate independently. A predator able to switch prey can persist when one seasonal food declines. This flexibility is mainstream ecological interpretation, supported by diverse diets and wide habitat use. It differs from the stronger, unsupported claim that tiger sharks lack selectivity. Controlled choice is difficult to test in such large, mobile predators. Field encounters rarely present equal quantities of alternative prey under identical conditions. Observed consumption combines preference with what happened to be available, visible, and catchable. Scavenging further complicates inference because carrion may smell intense and require little pursuit. A dead whale can attract tiger sharks from surrounding waters and provide energy for many individuals. Arrival at carrion demonstrates cue detection and opportunistic feeding, not a permanent dependence on carcasses. Unusual objects in stomachs require especially cautious interpretation. Fishing gear, packaging, cloth, or metal may be swallowed accidentally, investigated with a bite, or attached to bait. Their presence proves ingestion, but usually cannot reveal motivation. Repeated claims about sensational objects are sometimes based on old anecdotes with poor documentation. Reliable interpretation favors verified examinations and avoids converting isolated records into typical behavior. The shark's broad snout and forward approach have been described as signs of confidence. Temperament, however, cannot be measured from appearance alone. The evidence, instead, supports a capable generalist making decisions under incomplete sensory information. That strategy reshapes entire coastal ecosystems through both consumption and fear. At a seagrass meadow, turtles detect a large shark and alter where or how long they graze. The cue is predator presence, the action is avoidance, and the consequence is uneven grazing pressure. Tiger sharks, thereby, influence vegetation without needing to catch every turtle they approach. In another setting, a seabird floating awkwardly becomes a possible surface meal. The shark investigates from below, accelerating only after movement and silhouette remain favorable. If you followed the encounter, a rejected approach would be as informative as a successful strike. Selection includes turning away, but such non-events are rarely preserved in stomach datasets. By scavenging dead animals, tiger sharks also redistribute nutrients through movement and digestion. Their feeding connects reefs, open water, beaches, and deep habitats visited during vertical excursions. Broad diets may buffer individuals against change, yet flexibility has limits. Declining turtle, fish, or seabird populations can still reduce prey quality and availability. Warming water may shift seasonal encounters, while coastal development alters nurseries and feeding grounds. Tiger sharks are also caught in commercial, recreational, and protective fishing programs. Removing large individuals can change predation patterns, scavenging, and the behavior of surviving prey. Human refuse creates another cost because exploratory biting can lead to obstruction, injury, or toxic exposure. The ability to swallow unusual material should never be confused with immunity to pollution. Management benefits from knowing where feeding opportunities overlap with fisheries, swimmers, tourism, and shipping. Most encounters do not become attacks, but realistic risk reduction depends on local conditions and behavior. Ecological importance comes from repeated ordinary decisions, not from a caricature of perpetual hunger. The same flexible appetite that helps the shark survive also makes its influence widely distributed. Future research must measure both consumed prey and rejected opportunities. Animal-borne cameras could reveal approaches, inspections, bites, and abandoned pursuits across natural habitats. Better prey surveys would allow researchers to separate preference from simple availability. Repeated sampling across seasons could show when individuals specialize within the species' broad collective diet. Chemical analysis paired with verified stomach records may resolve soft prey overlooked by visible remains. Researchers should report empty stomachs and failed hunts, not only dramatic contents. Observed approaches toward odors or silhouettes must not be described as feeding unless a consumption attempt follows. Such evidence would distinguish learned specialization from anatomical capacity alone. Pollution studies should determine health consequences rather than merely cataloging shocking objects. When you hear that a tiger shark ate debris, the scientifically important question is how and at what cost. No stomach item can independently prove preference, desperation, curiosity, or normal feeding strategy. The strongest explanation will integrate the animal's choice with prey abundance and environmental context. Drifting object finally rolls, revealing carrion rather than living prey. The shark tests the tissue, cuts away a piece, and leaves the harder material behind. You return to the opening bite, understanding that tiger sharks eat broadly, because flexible judgment expands opportunity, not because judgment is absent.